Pop,
Check,
R&B,
check.
rap,
Ide.
Afro-Dura,
Wow.
Hote.
Clocky. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your favorite music podcast. Hear me out. I've watched a lot of interviews lately with the Afrobeat artists, and a lot of times I see them reject the fact that they make Afrobeat music. And I don't disagree with them. In fact, I think I agree with them. Afrobeat itself, without the S, Afrobeat is a genre or a sound that was developed by Fela Kuti and made popular by him. But the new word Afrobeat that is being used now is just a collection of sounds, a collection of genre, if you would say that. It has everything. You see, the sounds coming from Nigeria and Africa has always been diverse. It has never been one sound. You can never categorize all the sounds coming from Africa into one and say this is the Afrobeat genre. That can be done. Right from time we've had different sounds like high life. High life, which a lot of our parents grew up listening to, it's like the African jazz. Or let me say the jazz is the African high life, or is the foreign high life, if you will. High life meant so much to our parents. I'm sure a lot of you remember your parents listening to artists like Victor Y4, you listen to Rolling Dollar. There is this song from Fatai Rolling Dollar that I've always been a fan of. One Keresi number one. One Keresi number one. It's such a beautiful song.
I think
And
for me, it was, so I always had to travel to Benin from like family holidays. So it was more like traveling with sound. I was traveling with sounds like Weme Dimo, King Zoro Boy, Mr. X2, Chief Osadebe, Evie Ogoli, although she does reggae. So those were the kind of sounds you hear on the bus when you're traveling from the south to the southwest. That's from like Cross River, Akwa Ibom, all the way to like Edo State. So those were like the thing for me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, Dele, you don't know King Zoro Boy. He's more of a
no,
native
no.
of Cross River. There was also Sonny Okosun. So those were the kind of things you hear like
Oh,
on the
Sonny,
bus. Or
Sonny Okosu is more gospel, right?
no, that's Sammy
Sammy
Okosi.
Oposu.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like I'm schooling you now on the south side. I am south side. South
Please,
sound.
we are
And you're
always.
schooling me on the west sound, that kind of thing. So but high life has then grown. I think that's a sound they've stayed on the same pathway. You see what Flavor is doing now. You see what Umu Ligbo, I'm not sure I got that pronunciation right. But like they are sticking to the high life sound, and
Which is good.
yeah, it's very good. And shout out to Fela for the whole inception. I mean, he's the father of Afrobeat. He got a Grammy
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the year for his good works. So, but I can understand when artists say there's love more than just pop, R&B, and all of that.
It's always been like that. iLife was a big thing, mostly in the East and in the Benin region. Of course, in the West also, but a sound that was really popular in the West is the Juju sound. Let me tell you something about this Juju sound. At first, I always thought Juju sound was like gospel music because we had people like Ebenezer Obey, they made music,
Mm,
and Ebenezer Obey felt like it was gospel. My dad is a big fan of Ebenezer Obey. You mentioned something about traveling down from the east side to the south like that, and
Yeah.
you listen to certain songs. My dad used to travel in between Lagos and Oyo State a lot, and whenever he traveled, we were always listening to Ebenezer Obey. And then I didn't appreciate what I was listening to. I was listening to those sounds, and I would be like, oh, I want to listen to something foreign. I want to listen to maybe Biggie or Tupac or something else. But
Yeah.
my dad was so bent on playing people like Ebenezer Obey, like on repeat, people like Shino Peters. But growing up, eventually I fell in love with the sound. And even in my own personal time, when there is no one around me, I am listening to the sounds.
You listen so that your dad won't know that you're listening to something you were complaining
I
about.
the funny thing is these sounds are so enjoyable. Like when you go out to hang out with your friends, it's like one of the perfect songs to play because it's just very, groovy. No, like
It felt
groovy.
like it felt like if you didn't know this sound or if you didn't listen to those
Hmm.
music, you didn't know what was going on in life. It's like
Yes,
Daddy Shoki. You know when
yes,
Daddy Shoki took the whole country on lock. Everyone was
yes.
doing the whole Shoki dance. Somebody calling money, that kind of thing.
you,
So that has. Would you say that Shoki was doing reggae? Is that reggae?
it's more like reggae, and
Yeah,
you know
but
the
I know one person was Evie Edna Ogoli. She definitely did reggae. My sister listens to her back in time. Uh, I'm trying to think who else was really doing reggae. There are probably a lot of others that I don't remember. But I feel like with all these guys we've mentioned, they had a fusion of high life, fusion of reggae,
yes.
fusion of everything.
I saw a tweet the other time that said music in its sense for a while now, you can't really categorize it anymore.
Yeah,
You
it
ever
feels like
listen to a
everyone is
song,
jumping on all the categories.
if you ever listen to a song that felt like, what particular sound is this? It's like it has a bit of everything in it. A bit
Yeah,
of pop,
yeah,
a bit of the high life sound, a bit of the R&B sound. It just felt that way. Like it has everything in it. So,
yeah. That's something the new guys are doing. Like they are touching everywhere. Like
mhm.
you no get where you no touch, that kind of thing. Then even for rap, I know when we used to watch Night of a Thousand Laughs, Cleanse the Drunk will always do that his kind of comedic rap. He had that
Mhm,
kind of thing to him. Then we
mhm,
had people like Nigga Raw, who was doing, sorry, yeah, melodic rap, comedic, melodic, whatever. So they had things like that to them. Then now you see in recent times, you see someone like Odumodu do something similar, where
mhm.
he tries to blend the whole falsetto melody. I think the new guys are taking a bit from what the pioneers did and uh, reinventing it. I think that's a better word to get that
A
kind of
lot
flow.
of the old sounds is what you're making in the new sound now. Speaking of, hip hop space, the other day when I was listening to Idonsky, I,
You
I,
are this
I,
guy.
I thought to myself, like, this sounds like Sauce Kid. This sounds like Kid Kut. Maybe like just the beat of some little
It's
differences.
like jiggy kind of like it's a
It's
bop.
yes, it feels like that. So, they always say there's nothing new under the sun. It's just like
No,
you're reshaping it in a way.
yeah, yeah. Because I was
Wait,
speaking of the reggae lady, Evie Edna. She does reggae, right? So there's
yes.
Winnie. There's also Code AF that does reggae. So like they are doing something similar, but in a more contemporary way. I think something like that.
Would you say reggae is the new Ote? Or Ote is the new reggae? You know why I say this? Because then reggae was like, we had the juju, we had the high life, we had the actual pop, we had the hip hop, but reggae was like the alternative people. Like they had this dressing, like you mentioned that Shoki had this special way he
Mm.
dressed. He had this, and then maybe weed. A bit of them smoked weed, like Majek Fashek,
Yeah.
So, and now if you think about these new alter artists, they have these different style. Like it's completely different. A lot of times, we say, um, you can't really tell what genre of music someone is making by just listening to their song, but you can always tell what genre they make by
Mm-hmm.
the way they act and the way they position themselves.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't say you're
True.
making hotel music and you're wearing suit and tie, bro.
It
That's
doesn't.
corporate music.
It's off brand. It's off brand.
Except you're wearing a suit and tie in the hotel fashion way. That's how you know this guy is hotel.
I think Ote is the umbrella that has rap, it has reggae, it has
Mhm.
R&B because the Ote guys R&B, I think it's kind of different. You see someone like Toye.
Yes.
If you keep Toye, you keep uh maybe Dami Oniru. It's not
Mhm.
exactly the same kind of R&B per se. Like there are
No.
similarities, but his own is more, to
It
the to
has
the
it
left, to
has
the
it has this feeling, it has
left.
the slangs, it has this
Yeah,
just
that
this
kind of thing.
Damio Niru songs are more straight, the traditional R&B. You listen to it
Yeah,
and it's soulful. Toye's music is not exactly like that. It's beautiful in its own way, but it's just not like the traditional R&B. There's a bit of spice to it,
yeah.
just sounds a bit different.
But then again, R&B and pop, they're a bit intertwined, don't you think? Because sometimes an artist could say, "Oh, they're
You know,
R&B."
I was going to mention this. Pop is a sound that it has lasted a long time in the Afrobeat space. We've always had pop
Oh
artists
yeah, yeah,
right from the, and you know why? Because pop allows you to use any sound. They just pick from everywhere. A pop artist would pick a rapper to jump on their song, rap
yeah.
on their
True,
song.
true.
A pop artist will go, we pick an alternative artist and they jump on the song. One of the biggest songs we've had in the country was the song between Odunsi and Davido. That was a big song.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pop will always speak from other places and they'll make something beautiful out of it. So the place pop picks from the most is the R&B.
So
They
pop
pick from
is
R&B a lot.
so in football terms, you say pop is the central midfielder that distributes, collects from the defenders, distributes to the striker, that kind
Please
of
don't
thing.
speak about football because it will always remind me of my team. My team is
Nah, nah.
so bad
Let's
right
let's let's move on quickly, quickly.
now. I love pop. I love the pop space. People think pop is just generic music. I think a lot of intelligence goes into making pop. There is a beauty in taking from different sounds and making something beautiful out of it. And the pop boys are wise, they're smart. They pick from these R&B artists. A lot of the writers for the pop artists are R&B musicians.
Yeah,
So
yeah. True, true.
pop it's a really smart way. And speaking of hip hop is something I wanted to talk about.
Hip hop, pop.
Let me tell you something real quick. Who gave Davido his break? It was Neto C.
Yeah, to
Who gave Whiskey
see
his break? It was MI.
the only MC with an MSC. Come on, you can't forget that now.
Hip hop was really big in the Afrobeat space for a
Mm-hmm.
long time. In the past, it was big.
We had
Like,
Ikechuku. We had Rugged
yes,
Man.
yes,
We had Mode
yes.
9.
I wanted to say something. When we were young, whenever anybody wants to like say, "Oh, I'm going to become a musician," they don't say, "I'm going to become a musician." What do they say? "I'm going to become a rapper."
A
That's the
rapper.
first thing
Yeah.
people do. They go and whenever they say, "I'm going to make music," it's something like I'm putting my bag in the boat again. It's always
Yeah,
rap.
you know this thing we used to do back in high school where maybe
Mhm.
someone will be drumming. The first thing that comes to your mind is to try and
Rhyme.
rhyme, you know, give like
Yes.
lyrics or something, things
Yes.
that match, that kind of thing. So
Yes.
it was
Yes.
rap was like the thing. But looking at rap today, I'm just like, what's going on, guys? Why are we doing this now? This used to be our thing. Even when MI had the whole country on lock with his album,
Yes.
everyone was always either singing Are We Safe, singing African rapper number one. You know, that was also a fusion because MI was mixing high life, mixing R&B. You know, when he sang with Waje, One Naira, he was fusing everything to his own rap, you
I
know.
am going to be a bit controversial just now. Like,
I'm ready. I
am
love
I
it. I
am
love a
I
bit of
am
boxing.
I am I made beautiful songs with the collaborations we made with these pop artists, but a lot of times
Let me sit up for this.
this is what has diluted hip hop. Hip hop has picked way too much from pop. They've gone to take pop artists to make hooks. Sometimes rap needs to stay rap. Just give us those bars back to back. Tell a story with your rap. Okay, we understand you're trying to go commercial, make these commercial music, have R&B or your pop artists jump on hooks, but we need albums that are strictly rap, strictly hip hop. Just go back to back and back with your bars. You know,
I think the space where we are now is at times, you have to move with the trend because if you don't move with the trend, you could be left
moving
behind.
with the trend is what has killed hip hop.
Yeah, it
Everyone
has, but
starts off making a rap album, and then 2 albums into their career, they are making pop music. They are barely rapping. Olamide started out as a rapper. Olamide, if you ask the average Gen Z or the average music listener, is Olamide a rapper? They'll be like, Olamide a rapper. Black Bones started out. Black Bones is a beautiful battle rap artist,
yeah,
and
but is the
if you
I'll
listen
say
to
the
his
monopolistic
previous
market is
albums
found
now,
himself.
if you listen to like the last 2 albums now, Black Bones is making pop music. This last album was okay, yes, it sounded more hip hop rap, but before that, it felt like he was just making pop songs.
Yeah, but because you
Odumode
can't, you know,
diluted a
you have to
lot
look
of
at the
his
markets daily.
yes.
You have to look at
Mm-hmm,
the market. You have to understand that if, I mean, I understand that rap is dead. Wizkid said that hip hop is dead, right?
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
facts, right? But then again, you have to look at what the consumption is. Like, if I put out a rap song, how many people are bopping to my rap song? A lot of artists have tried it. We've seen it. Even Vector had to give us things like King Kong that was a mix of rap. Like, you have to move with what's going on. You see,
You can't forgo a beautiful genre like that just because you want to go commercial.
we're not,
No.
I wouldn't say we are foregoing it. You just spoke of the No Excuses album, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's enjoyable. It's not AQ.
Wait, what did you just say? Please repeat yourself, please. Please.
It's enjoyable. It's not AQ.
Okay, by the way, guys, what he's saying is that AQ is not enjoyable, and I don't agree with him.
There
AQ
was a
makes
tweet. There was a
beautiful
tweet.
rap music, which is undiluted. While I am complaining about artists going ahead, especially rap artists going ahead and diluting their sound to make it more commercial, AQ has stuck to what it does best, which is putting bars to bars, rhyming on his songs and making beautiful rap songs. But people
Really,
don't understand how to listen to rap anymore.
we we've
And they,
spoken of
Mhm.
we've spoken of older rappers,
Yes,
spoken of quite recent and recent rappers, right?
yes.
All these people we mentioned, bar AQ, they've had a quote and unquote rap song that was at the top of the charts. Which does AQ have?
AQ doesn't need that. Like I said, AQ, I don't think AQ is specifically chasing charts. AQ just wants to take this particular rap sound, the core rap, he wants to take it as far as it can go.
Okay, beautiful. You want to take it, but AQ is not enjoyable. AQ has no cadence. He has no flow. You listen to AQ, like, I'm sorry, but his rap voice doesn't make me feel like, okay, one day I could be a rapper if I was aspiring
You
rapper.
want AQ to sound like this, whoa, whoa, whoa. No.
No, it's not about the deep voice. Ladipo doesn't have a deep voice. Vector doesn't really have a deep voice. I think I would say that there's something called a rap voice. Like it makes you feel all right. When you were listening to Neto C, you were feeling all right. Like, look at this handsome man rapping. Look at this guy. See the way he's flowing. Like, fine, AQ might be intelligent. He might probably be the best rapper. But there's just something missing. I saw a tweet. I was about saying it the other time. I
Yes.
saw a tweet the other day. From his album Class of 66, right? And I thought I was the only one that felt that way. I'm like, nah, okay, yeah, you're doing this thing. My mommy died, my father did, my brother, okay. But it's not, the enter.
You-
You know, so
for you,
puts,
maybe.
you've listened to Class of 96 or is it 66? One of them, that his
Yes.
album or that his song. It's a storytelling song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dele. He was telling a story of Nigeria back in the day or politics or something, right? But it's not, I'm not intrigued because I'll give you 3 songs that when you listen to, you'll be like, okay, this is proper storytelling. Faust, Child of the World.
Mm-hmm.
Pedestrian, Moshood.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last one? I'm trying to remember. There's one that I really like. Ice Prince, Whiskey. Come on, Dele. You know
You
these
see,
songs.
these are palatable raps. Do you understand? These are palatable raps. The way they make their sound, we've always known files to tell stories in a funny way, sort of, which is easier for the average music listener. You see, okay, this is where I'm going with this. If you're someone who enjoys rappers like Mode 9, you enjoy rappers like Mode 9, you enjoy rappers like Nas, from the American music
Come
space.
on, why are you doing this? Did I
If you
listen
if
to
you
them?
if you enjoy rappers like that, then you enjoy AQ because
I've
AQ
tried,
is
I'm sorry.
AQ is speaking to you when he makes his music. One of my favorite songs from him is the one with MI. They were talking about the religious things in Nigeria per se.
Okay, thank God you mentioned that song because when
On that
MI's
song,
verse
I know
goes
you
on,
want to say MI had a better verse than him. I don't agree with you. AQ had the better verse on that song. He had the better flow
okay,
on that song. He
this
killed MI
let's leave this one.
completely.
Let's leave this one up for debate. Listen to MIAQ, the song. What's the title of the song? Do you remember?
What's it? No, I don't.
Okay, we'll put it up anyways. Listen to
Yes.
that song. Tell me who you enjoyed, who had a better verse, and whose verse you would listen to
Even if I
after
enjoy
the
MI
first
right now,
listen.
I'm going to say AQ.
No,
By the way, God Engineering is out. That's God Engineering 3. That's the last album from AQ. If you are a core rap listener, go check out that album. Beautiful album,
So
by the way.
Dele, you're saying I'm not a core rap listener.
At this point, with your I would not I wouldn't think so.
Well, the thing about rap is you can also listen to trap if rap is not really your thing anytime. You know that,
And I'm a core trap listener also.
right?
I literally, I literally, bait in trap. By the way, I started listening to trap when the likes of. By the way, this Young Tog is someone who I enjoy making trap, and I told you about the love I have for people like Cardi. So when they started making trap in Nigerian space, which I think is a long time ago, like I told you, I enjoy Kida Kuds. On my bio on Twitter, Jiggy is still there because that's how much I enjoy Kida Kuds.
would you say Kidaku's Egerton are like, because I'm not sure that's exactly the same type of trap that Tensky does.
Uh okay, the way I'm going to explain it is this. Like you said, R&B itself has like different versions. Oniru,
Mm,
Dami Oniru and Toye are not making exactly the same type of R&B. Toye
yeah,
is not making the same type of R&B with Teiwa. So
yeah,
the
true.
same in trap. Some trappers are more melodic than the others.
Mm,
Some traps are very similar to the traditional rap. Why some
that's like Kid
trappers,
Akuz now.
yes, yes.
I'll
Like
go with that. I'll
Egerton
go
is
that
also
route.
like Egerton is also, and it is more palatable to the average music listener. Someone like Egerton, someone like Scotty Olorin,
Mm.
someone like Kid Akut, they are a bit more palatable to the average listener. When it starts to get a bit more difficult to listen to is when you start getting to Idonski, Zeus,
Okay, so
JDO,
just to get this right now,
Wakestar. Yes,
well, just to get this right, I think I'll say I'm the palatable guy then.
which is not a bad thing. Which is not you. But do you know what? I really enjoy your taste when it comes to R&B. I think that's your real love.
Oh, me and R&B, we are like husband and wife.
You're married to the game.
Yeah, because one of my favorite artists of all time,
Uh-huh.
Black, is R&B soul. So if you want to get me, send me an R&B song, send me an R&B artist, and I would listen to them right away. If you send me trap, I would listen, but not just right away. R&B, I'll be like, oh, sharp, sharp, let me do this, let me see what's going on. So like, they are really, when it's R&B, I'm there. I will be there no matter what, that kind of thing. For R- yeah,
um, we both agree on something, and that's the fact that hip hop is not doing so well. What would you say they can do differently to get hip hop back to where it used to be, to the past glory?
make it palatable. But for real though, I, I think you need to, is a people, everything you do is for the listeners, right? Yes,
Yes.
I understand that you believe you can rap, you believe you can flow, but you can infuse it into danceable things. Feeling, right? Buju, Benson, and Ladipo was one of the biggest songs the other year, right?
Uh-huh.
Know You, Ladipo, Simi was one of the biggest songs.
To me, those songs to me are pop songs. I
Okay,
wouldn't.
fine, but they have rap in them, no?
Yeah.
So what have you
Just.
done now? You've appeased the gods. You've appeased the people. You've lobbied them. Everything is politicking. You have to buy your way in. Black Bones does this a lot.
Yes.
Odumodu, I don't know. I mean, I won't call him a rapper though. I won't.
What
On
would you
some
call
days,
Odumodu? Where
on
would you
some
place him?
days, Odumodu will be the melody king. Just leave
Mm.
for melody.
So you're creating a new genre for him, melody genre. Like we said, Afrobeat has a lot of genre. Afrobeat is just a collection of a lot of genre. So if you create a new one, we would accept it.
Anyway, so, but what do you think about this whole hip hop is dead? How can we resurrect hip hop? What can we do?
I
Me, I've
feel
given
like
my take. Let me hear what you
don't
have.
don't play to the narrative. I listened to Oluwamila recently. Oluwamila raps like Dagreen, he uses a lot of the Yoruba in his sound. I want
Pedestrian does that.
That's nice. I want people to go back to rapping, rapping. Let's leave out pop from the rap space for a while. You know, make an album of just complete rap. Let's start building from the ground up again. One thing I really love about the Ote scene is they were not looking for acceptance immediately. Ote scene has been around in Lagos, the Lagos, like in a small, tiny niche for a long time. But eventually, what happened? They blew up again and it became commercial. And the bigger artists started looking for them to collaborate with them. People started going into their space to look for them. The
Okay,
rap can
Dele,
be like that again.
what would you say about Weird MC, Eva, Lodia, Show Them Camp? They are rappers,
They are
or
rappers, yes.
they were rappers, at least Weird MC.
Hmm.
What would you say about them?
In what sense?
In the sense of rap should not be commercialized, rap should be pure, it should be this. But you jam the Joya.
Everybody wants to have commercial music. And you know what I'm saying now is we are talking about the fact that hip hop has lost what he used to have. Do you understand?
Mhm.
If rap is dying, rap is really, really dying. And it needs to get back to what it used to be. And by getting that back, it needs to go back to its roots. Let's take out a bit of this pop from it. Let's go back to making real rap music. And once we start making that, we get back to the roots, the pop artists will come back again to try to get into your space. Don't look for the acceptance of the pop people. Build on your own sound, and then the pop will come looking for you. The Ortegas will come looking for you.
Well,
SDC have been
that's
rapping for the
the
longest time, even though they
that's
incorporate a lot of pop sound into it. But you will know that certain albums that the SDC boys make, they make these ones pure rap, like completely just rapping.
and I enjoy those ones daily.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Let a lot of these rap artists make complete rap albums with little to no pop features. Don't dilute it. Don't try
A
to
lot of
make
people are not gonna
sounds.
eat anymore, my guy.
You know, you need to make sacrifices. If you need to make
Food.
sacrifice,
Food.
sacrifices must be made. What do you
Oh my god.
sacrifices? But you know, sounds evolve. Maybe the death of hip hop, the death of hip hop in the Afrobeat space is what is going to give birth to the big rise in trap. Maybe the sound is just changing to trap because we've had a couple more trappers now, and it's still hip hop. It's just in a different version. So maybe traditional rap dying is just a gateway. It's opening doors for trap.
Oh, that's true because I was speaking with a friend the other day, and she was telling me about this guy from back home, like Calabar, where I grew up, right? Normally, the sound in Calabar is more high life kind of thing, but he is trapping. His name is Etete, by the way. So he's trapping in his native language, right? So I think that might actually, like what you're saying, just what you're saying, like the gateway to trap. So that might be an opening for people to say, okay, if this traditional rap is no longer working, trap has a bop to it. It has like a jigginess, if that's the right word.
If you
Yeah.
will.
So it might actually be a gateway. The portal might be open for trap artists, you know.
Okay. And
So
it
I
can
agree with
also
you.
be like the opening for artists like the Omigwo boys.
So I've been thinking for some time now. What would you call that sound?
The Omigwo sound. What? It's a form of hip hop. Don't let me not get it wrong. What they are making is still under the hip hop sound. So hip hop is not just traditional rap. There's the melodic rap like you mentioned, the trappers. So what the Benin boys are doing is the same thing. You know, like you said, we can't even directly categorize what Odumodu does as the boom bap rap, the traditional rap. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
hip hop covers all of that. So they are making hip hop also. It just in a different, and at first I didn't like that sound, to be honest with you. When I had
Really?
Charlie Poppy for the first time, I was like, what is this again? What is it? But it's a sound you end up enjoying.
He adds this native Benin, like, should I say, talking drums or something sometimes to his music.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's trying to do like an infusion with the native Benin sound, which influence Akaba does. I don't know if he's trying to infuse that to the contemporary sound, but it's theirs is like, okay, this is us. It's just me, my brother, and I. We are the only ones
I
making this.
I I love Zeridiel. I love the way he flows
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
the song. I
I like his
really
flow. Like that's how he flows.
Mhm.
I'll say, okay, not similar, but you can say drill is something like that. Something that Jerick does.
Oh, but
It's different, but I'm just trying to say like there's a uniqueness to what the Migwa boys, not the
but
Migwa boys do. It's like Jerick, Zoro,
Mhm,
Psycho YP,
mhm.
these guys that do drill, that kind of thing. So there's like a uniqueness to their sound where you guys, okay, this is different.
I
I
like drill. Drill, you know why I like drill? Every time I listen to like a drill artist, there is this way they talk. Maybe it's the fact that a lot of drill artists are like from the east. I don't know how true that is. I think they sound eastern to me. And
some Abuja boys do drill, like
okay,
YP.
they sound like braggadocious, like they brag a lot, they brag, they they talk like, oh, I have it all, like the flex. I enjoy it. So whenever I listen to them, maybe I'm going about my day and a drill song comes up, I feel
You
like,
feel you're on top of the world.
of course, I feel like this is, I'm feeling myself. I become proud, like,
Okay, since you're saying you feel proud, you feel
yeah.
braggadocious, not exactly opposite, but Afro Adura is more like a prayer. No?
Afro Adura is when you are down.
Yeah. So when you're up, when you're up, you listen to drill. When you're up, no, sorry. When you're when you're down, you listen to drill. When
To fill
I'm
up.
trying to I'm
Okay.
trying to do opposite and
Okay. When you're down, you listen to drill to get high.
yeah.
When you're when you're way high, nobody wants to come down, by the way. So by the way, let me tell you something. This is the way I see Afro Adura in my mind. This is the way I picture Afro
Mm.
Adura. So, you have a client, right? I'm speaking from the Yahoo Boy perspective. You have a client, right? And you've been teasing this client for a long time and it's time to pay. And now the client is offline.
So you're like, Baba God, please, please.
Baba God, I beg you, give me this money.
It's commonly associated to Yorubas. That's the Afro Adura. But
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't completely agree because we had Orisha Femi do something similar.
Yes.
Orisha Femi
Yes.
is a worry boy. We
Mm-hmm.
had Victor Edi do something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Where he say, if we don't get money, waiting we gain. So like, they're always like, praying, say, God, please, Baba, when he goes up.
And a lot of people classify like Ribina, Shode, they classify them as Afro Adura, but I don't
Mm,
think they are.
I do,
Like,
yeah,
I've seen someone say Fola is Afro Adura. I was like,
yeah,
Fola
yeah.
Afro
I
Adura?
saw that as well, but I don't really agree with that. I
No,
don't not, I don't really,
no.
I don't agree. I don't
Those
agree
are
with that.
those are pop artists.
Yeah.
And this is why this discussion is important because I was on Spotify the other day. I saw an Afro Adura playlist and I saw Ashake on it. I just knew for a fact
Ah.
a Nigerian didn't compile this playlist. This was compiled. It was compiled by one American sitting in his office somewhere. How do you put Ashake as Afro Adura?
Ashake, Ashake, Ashake has never made a prayer like song, has he?
At all, no, at all.
No, no, no.
The
That's
theme
that's
of
wrong.
most pop songs
So I'm
in,
guessing Shay Vibes would be on that list as well.
of course, they added Sheyi vibes to it. Afro Adura, imagine. Afro Adura.
No, but there's Muiz, there's
Hmm.
Hot Kid, there is Barry J.
There's the interesting thing. Barry J's dad made music also.
Oh, like father, like son. Was his father Afro Adura
Yes.
as well?
He samples a lot of his father's songs on his on his music.
He no
If
one pay
you
money. He no one pay money.
people think of Barry J on the streets, they think of him like this guy is like the king of Afro Adura. To the yeah, he's like the king of Afro Adura. Barry J is like the king of Afro Adura. On the street out there, Barry J is highly respected, and not just because of the way he's good at what he does, but because of the influence of his dad also. His dad was
Mm,
also highly respected when he made music. You know, streets people love Afro Adura, but there's something they've always loved right from time, and that's Fuji music. You know,
yeah. Yeah,
Fuji
true.
music was really enjoyed. We've had Kwamwan, we've had Barista Indi, we've had Said Oshupa, you know, Fuji music, especially amongst the Yoruba Muslims,
Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
love Fuji music. You know, Juju will say it's like the Christians, they love Juju. The Eastern Christians, they love high life. You
That's
know,
stereo Apala as well, no?
Apala music is now different from Fuji music. Apala is different from Fuji. Terry Apala makes he kind of like he modernized the Apala sound.
Mm.
Fuji music is more Obesere. I don't know if you've ever seen Obesere videos from the past.
No,
And
but I know Besere.
maybe I said earlier that reggae music is like Ote, but maybe I'm wrong. Obesere is the king of Ote because before anyone else was wearing crop top, was wearing tight jeans,
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Obesere
I know the videos you're talking about now.
Obesere Obesere has been wearing crop top before anyone else. So maybe Obesere is actually the king of Ote. If you lived in Lagos, I'm sure the listeners probably relate to this a lot. If you live in Lagos and you use downfall buses, you would agree with me that Fuji music is a vibe. Fuji music is a vibe. And
Yeah.
if you're someone who likes to on
You
a
can't hear
Friday,
Fuji and not stand up.
no, you go to a bar on a Friday after work, you
Hey.
buy one bottle of beer, and Fuji music starts to play. How do you feel?
Come
It
on.
takes the stress away.
You order for everybody in the bar.
One for everyone. One for
Eh,
everyone. And you know
what's
what?
that
I
one?
love the
It's Fuji they do the name calling now. When they say
yes,
Baba Fumi Lola,
yes.
hey, Awadupe 1, 2.
You see, Fuji music can never end. If you're a Fuji artist, you don't need old records to perform. You can make a new record right on the stage,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
right there
mm-hmm.
and there. Èmi ni
Yeah.
Shanko Rashidi Motunde. It's
Oh, amazing, amazing. But just in light of talking about Ote, I don't think we can talk about Ote without mentioning Ajebota and Bodge.
no, no.
Because
Butch calls himself he calls himself the pioneer, and I agree with him completely.
I remember when I hear it's 11 p.m. Jeka sneak out, open
Eh,
fridge and bring out the big stout.
continue. I'm dancing already.
Come
Continue.
on. No, when you hear those kind of things, you just Bolaji 1, Bolaji 2, Bolaji on
Bolaji
board that
Omo
part. Come
Dapore.
on, what you say?
And by the way, Repete, you know, there's Black Magic. He made
Yeah.
Repete. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is one of the sounds. If everybody tells me to compile like a list of songs to explain the Afrobeat sound to them,
Yeah.
I am obviously going to put Repete in the top
Oh,
five.
definitely. I don't think you can mention our generation without mentioning Repete.
I think we need to do an episode where we talk about like sounds that define the Afrobeat
Why
sound,
not,
songs
guy?
that define the
Guy. Oh
Afrobeat
no,
sound.
more, yeah. Yeah.
That would be a topic we'll definitely touch on in the
That's a
nearest
premium
future.
episode. Stay tuned, guys. I promise you.
So the one genre or sound I would also like to talk about is we've mentioned pop a lot. Pop has been around since time immemorial, since the likes of the band Two Face,
Mm.
and like I said, it's the most resilient genre
You stood
in
the test of time.
it's and I don't think it's ever going to die because
No.
pop artists are probably some of the smartest artists you'll find out there. They will pick your sound and make it theirs. Don't let them sniff it.
No. If they catch you, it's on site.
Lately, we've seen Victoni go back to pick someone like Terry G, put him on his song. We've
Yeah.
seen Adekunle Gold go back to what's the name of this guy? Picked him, put him on his song.
Ayuba.
Ayuba, yes. They'll pick anyone, they'll
Whiskey
put
did it
them on
with
his
Duncan
song.
Mighty.
He did it. Pop artists are some of the smartest people I know. They will not let their sound die. Instead of
I
letting
feel
their
like
sound
they
die,
are generational. Like they can stand through any generation.
yes, they keep reinventing themselves. They keep
Yeah.
reinventing themselves. The kind of songs that were popular for the likes of the band and Two Face is not exactly what the new pop artists are making.
Oh
They've changed
yeah.
the sound
True.
completely.
True.
They've changed the sound completely.
They're doing
Uh,
something a bit different, to be honest.
and a major switch happened in pop, and that was them going from the really up tempo fast music to the mid tempo sound. you know. And since that happened, it has kind of improved the sound a lot too. You know, um, when we were listening to pop then, it was like two feet implication, wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
implication, and
Or P Square.
but now we've mentioned people like Gimba in the past. We've mentioned, this new wave pop artists like Fola. They've slowed it down a lot.
Mhm.
They've slowed it down a lot, and I think it's important because you don't want things to get boring. Do you?
Yeah,
No.
no,
That's
no.
the reason why pop has, it has stood the test of time because they always reinvent themselves, not forgetting their roots though. They will always be pop artists. They are not trying to be anything else.
Yeah, but there's something I want to say. I know you've spoken about the tempo, you've spoken about the intensity, you've spoken about the sound and everything across all these genres. There's something that no one is really talking about,
Okay.
and that's the fact that the quality of sound has dropped over the past years. I feel like now everyone just wants to put out anything for the sake of putting it out. Everyone just wants to, you know, drop music every week. No one is settling down to put an actual song, put an actual record. There's no intentionality anymore.
Mm.
All they
I
want to do is music, just bombard the fans. It's
quickly,
becoming,
I can say something. The album MI gave us, one of the best albums in Nigeria or in Africa, to be truthful. It's a song where you have wheelbarrow on one side and you have
yeah, yeah,
bullion
yeah, yeah,
van
yeah.
on the
I
other
love the
side.
album. I loved it.
There was so much intentionality in that album, and we don't
Exactly.
we
So
don't
do
really
you get what
get
I'm saying?
we don't
Like,
really get a lot of that anymore.
no, we don't get that. And it has really affected the quality of sound and what we listen to. I occasionally, earlier in the year, I made a tweet. I was just talking about 2016 music. I was talking about 2016 music, both from the foreign scene and 2016 music, both from our time, like our scene that's like Afrobeats now. And if you compare back then till now, you just look at the sound quality, you look at the songs top in the charts, you look at this and you're like, it's a lot and the quality is not there anymore. I think it's something artists need to settle down and think about because too many music, too much quantity is taking over quality.
Uh, I'm going to say something real quick, and that's the fact that it's generally in the way the world works now. Um, Apple is putting out phones every year. Before you close your eyes, there's a new iPhone out. You know, um, we have the likes of Zara making clothes, and it's fast. Everything is fast.
Fast
They're,
paced.
it's fast. They're putting out clothes every minute. They're putting out new phones every minute, and it has kind of seeped into music also. People are putting out music at rates I don't understand.
Mm.
Before you listen to one, there's a new one out. What's going on?
I I think we need a QAQC on the quality of sound, quality of music that is dropped today.
I totally agree with you completely. This period of the episode, it's where we pick our song of the week.
My
So, Kobe, you want to
favorite.
tell them?
So for this week, hmm, we had a contender. It's Egerton and Scotty Olori on a song called Molade. Strong contender. It's a trap jam, but we are going with exactly. We are going with Toye's Quarter Life Crisis.
Quarter life crisis. Quarter life crisis.
I
That's
hope
my jam. That's my
as we are
jam.
in the second month of the first quarter that you don't have a quarter life crisis. Have a
Oh,
wonderful week and see you in 2 weeks.
see you soon, guys. We love you.